Welcome back to our YouTube channel, guys. My name's Adil, and today's Behind the Sound episode is another video on the VW Amarok. Today's video, we're talking about tuning and getting the system sounding absolutely fantastic using the latest bit of software, and we're going to be showcasing all the stuff that we do behind the scenes. So if you are new to our channel or haven't seen us before, hit that subscribe button below. Let's get into it. But before we get on to today's video, make sure you guys at home have subscribed to our YouTube channel, because we've got a massive competition live on our channel at the moment. We're giving away a brand new PlayStation 5 as well as an Audison amplifier. All the details are in the description below. However, let's get on with today's video. So the equipment actually used in getting the system to that 100%, getting it sounding absolutely amazing, is a product called BitTune. We've actually got the software and unit here live directly in front of us. What we've actually got in terms of this setup in my hand is what's called a microphone setup. We've got 5 microphones, part of the Audison BitTune setup, and then we've got a center channel as well as a microphone listening position for the center of the vehicle. What this is actually doing is this just sits right on top of the actual seat itself, listening for a perfect driving position, because this is analyzing everything inside the vehicle. Obviously, with a vehicle like this, we've got a steering wheel one side and not on the other side, so that will actually adapt and change the sound in the vehicle. What these microphones are listening to is all those adaptations, all the sound waves across the vehicle, getting it inch perfect and listening to everything that the human ear just can't listen to. But we've also got a center mic, and this is also for what's called time alignment, so moving sound around the vehicle. In terms of the unit itself, this is the BitTune actual unit. So we've got 2 microphones that basically plug directly into the unit itself. Once that's actually plugged in, these are then active, listening to everything in the vehicle. This then links directly over to the actual amplifier. So let's talk about the actual software now and what's involved in actually doing the system. Obviously, the whole new system is now installed. Everything is put back together, and that's a very important part of doing this, because the analysis that's going to be done is obviously taking into account all of the interior, and that's what those microphones are listening for. In terms of the software, to start with, we use BitTune. What that's actually doing is we input the vehicle type, customer's details, as well as the fact all of the components that have actually been installed to generate a report and a saved file directly for us to edit later on if we ever need to. We choose a listening position on this little car here, but also what we do is auto analyze the whole vehicle, and that's using that microphone setup to play certain frequencies and certain test tones through this existing system now, and actually listen to everything to find flaws in the existing system, as well as the fact dips and highs of all of the frequency band that we want to be playing, and finding a full spectrum of sound and getting it narrowed down, de-equalizing the head unit and making sure it's inch perfect. Once we're done with that side of it on the BitTune, we come over to the actual Forza amplifications app here. On this actual computer software, what we can see is all the levels of all the channels that we've got, but also the configuration that we've got. As you guys know, if you've been following the series on this vehicle, if not, make sure you do. All the links in the description below. But we've got basically what's called a fully active front end. So we've got tweeters, which are the Hertz Relay Legend 6.5-inch drivers in the door. And as you can see, there's no crossovers here, so it's a fully active front end. Then we're using coaxial speakers in the rear doors, again for a stock location. There was no separate tweeter location, so we've utilized a coaxial which has a tweeter built into the 6.5-inch woofer in the door. Then we've actually got the sub, which is the Eaton 10-inch sub. So that's the configuration. We are driver focused, right-hand drive vehicle. But what we've got is all of these channels. You'll also note on channels 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, they're actually linked. That's because on the 8-channel amplifier, we're bridging those channels, sending a lot more power to the system as well. But that is all configured all during the configuration wizard, as well as the BitTune software. Once that's all set up, we actually auto-analyze through the BitTune software the levels and gain control that we actually want each speaker to be playing. And one thing that's really, really impressive is actually the distances and setting time alignment in the vehicle. This allows us to basically control sound in the vehicle, increase and delay each speaker individually, and that's the benefit of running what's called fully active rather than running crossovers. We can control each component individually, from left tweeter to right tweeter, delay and increase the speed of which component is playing to allow for the differences in dashboard layout, the difference in interior, but also listening position that we want to achieve. Then we've actually go over and look at filters, as well as the fact high and low slopes for what we actually want to achieve sound wise. But we've also got all of this analysis here. Then we actually go through and adjust the EQ setting on the 32 band EQ that we've got in front of us live directly while sitting in the vehicle, tuning the system to make sure it sounds absolutely fantastic. So now the final step on the tuning process is actually sitting in the vehicle, listening to it with our own ears. We actually go through a couple of people in our company to listen to the vehicle, make sure it sounds absolutely fantastic. And we actually configure this to our customer's own music choice as well, and also how they actually play music day to day. Because we're using the factory radio, everything is like a stock look. So you've got all the Apple CarPlay interface, everything from stock, for instance. So if that's how they play via Bluetooth streaming, that's exactly how we'll be playing the system to make sure it sounds amazing. So there's no change in the way you do anything while driving the vehicle and listening to your own music. But we fine tune that, make sure it all sounds perfect. But also every single person's listening and perception of sound is different. Everyone's ears are different. Everyone's sound stage where they think sound is will be different. So when the customer comes by, we have the ability to actually go through and tune it again directly for what our customer's after. Very, very customizable, but it will sound absolutely amazing. A lot of the time, most people don't make any changes to it, but always there's options there, easy to do, and we can go in and change it at any time. So we're all wrapped up on today's video. Hopefully you guys at home have enjoyed it, learned a little bit more about what's actually involved in setting up a car, getting it sound absolutely amazing. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, but also like and share the video with friends and family. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you soon.